Wave.
I read this book called Transgender Warriors by Leslie Feinberg. That's like a history of trans people through space and time. I'm trans. I'm not a fetishy guy or something.
No, he's cis. Don't listen to him.
Caleb wanted to get a really fetishy guy on the podcast to talk about trans people.
I said, Nico, you can come on, but you have to talk about your trans fetish. Today's episode is sponsored by Domino's. Thank you, Nicole. Let's start the episode with a thank you to Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. Nico, how's it going, dude?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks
How
for
you
having
been?
me. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. I'm enjoying the So True studio, enjoying our time.
We're talking about the So Trudio.
Yeah. You know, we're getting into it. I hear that there's a different thing every week, so I gotta.
There's a different thing every week.
Tap in.
God damn it. No, we're going to fix it. We're going to stay on the set this time.
Yeah.
What's been going on with you? Tell me everything.
Damn, I've just been enjoying the spring weather, trying to, get outside, trying to hang out with people, trying to just I don't know. I'm trying to live in the moment while also not feeling so much the collapse of the universe all at once.
And the collapse, the collapse of at least society is seemingly upon us.
Yes, impending doom, all that stuff. But I'm trying to just, take it day by day and enjoy my life and make other people's lives better, hopefully.
My perception of you, I know that perception is not always reality, but my perception of you from the times that we've been around each other and from what I see of you, I feel like you're really hanging out. I feel like you're seeing people. I feel like you are seeing people.
Yeah. I like to hang out. I like
know everybody, you're around. I feel like you're getting out there.
That's so funny. Okay, well, I think so. Yeah, I'm definitely pretty social. I've been playing a lot of pool with my friends. That's a lot of what I've been doing recently.
Are you good at pool?
I've gotten good.
I know that's right.
Good.
Let's go, brother. Hell yeah.
My buddy Jesse and I, we have been playing a lot of pool. She's between tech jobs right now. She's a comedian as well, but she has finagled her way into these six-figure tech jobs. She's sort of qualified for. Nobody look into that.
Nobody Google her. Do
nobody
not look into
that.
This.
And so she and I have similar, just weird, free time during the afternoon. So we've been going to some bars to play pool, and we got really good. And then we did a tournament at the Johnsons in Bushwick on Tuesday, and it was it's such a, I've come into so many bars over the last 5 years, to do stand-up open mics or whatever, bar shows and stuff, and I don't feel, uncomfortable walking into these spaces. It's, whatever. My anxiety for that is kind of gone now, but then I walked into this pool tournament to, sign up, and I was like, oh, no, what if I'm bad? What if everybody's really good? And what if I'm bad? What if I make a fool of myself in front of all these, straight guys that have gloves on?
Not gloves.
Gloves.
Not gloves. Not putting their own pool stick together. Are you putting your own pool stick together?
No, I'm not. But people,
thank God.
No, but there's guys that are coming in and putting their pool sticks together, and they got the gloves on. One guy just had just the fingers.
That's
just the fingers.
Unfortunately, pretty fucking sick. Unfortunately, I find that pretty fucking sick.
Well, I turned to Jesse and I was like, I feel like that's an undiscovered lesbian sex toy. Just have it excrete some lube. That's so. Come on, you guys, somebody get on it.
Two fingers gloved.
2 fingers gloved.
Just walking around with it. That's pretty chic.
You see it, the girl, she's at the club, she's got 2 fingers gloved, you know what's up.
You know what's up. You can get those fingers if you need them.
Yeah.
She's down. She's community finger.
She's community finger. She comes with her own lube. It's good.
That's so fucking funny. Dude, I am bad at pool, and I feel there's this pool bar that I love in Kansas City called Chartreuse Saloon. Shout out Chartreuse, love you guys. I will go in there sometimes just to fuck around with my friends. I'm bad at it. I know I'm bad at it. I'm not trying to be good at it. I'm not practicing. I just like it, okay? Then these guys will come in with their little stick in a bag and start putting the stick together and start chalking their hands, and I get fucking terrified.
No, it sucks.
Because they're also old. They're old timers.
Yeah.
These are old Kansas City guys that have been there forever.
People that take it seriously, and the Midwest is big for pool. I've been doing some research. It's kind of where it started.
Hello.
Yeah.
And you been to Kansas City?
I actually have. Wait. I flew in there because I did. Oh my God, what was the name of that college? I did a college show.
Was it Colgate?
No. It was really small. Oh, it's gonna bug me. I'll figure it out. I'll tell you later.
It wouldn't have been Avila.
It was I want to say it might have been a historically women's college.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Small.
It was Jewel Williams.
No.
God damn it.
Outside of Kansas City. It was maybe I drove an hour.
You drove an hour. It was Columbia College. It was in Columbia. God damn it. I think it's where Leah Delaria used to we look up Women's College, Columbia, Missouri. I think it's this.
Could be.
Stevens?
God, it's I can't even.
Oh, it has
remember.
to be Stevens.
It was a school with no kids. And they all came to the show, which was cool, and I love them for that.
God, I think it was Stevens.
It was one of the first times I ever ran an hour was for these, and it was so crazy because I was in the middle of Missouri, and I was and I had never been before. I'm an hour from Kansas City. It's a 1 stop town kind of place, and it was the Hampton Inn I was staying at, and then the Walmart next door, and then the college was somewhere away. And so I was like, I guess I'll just go to Walmart to get like my food for dinner because I didn't want whatever other thing was around. And so I went into this Walmart, and everybody was staring at me, and I was just like, I was feeling so oh, am I being clocked? Like, what's happening? Like, people think they know whatever. And I was like, they probably have never seen a stranger. They haven't seen a stranger in this Walmart in a long time. So they're all like, "Who is this guy? Like, what's going on?"
It's that you don't live there. It's
yeah,
crazy.
no, totally. And then I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm safe. I'm just walked into this town and nobody knows who I am." Yeah,
Truly, it's still like that over there. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's like, are they also transphobic? Probably. You know what I mean?
But do they know what a trans person likes? Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
They're like, look at that young man.
Yeah.
What is he doing here? We don't know him.
Yeah, everybody here is blonde. We don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you should come with me sometime. You need to do a show there.
I would love to. Yeah, I definitely want to do. I love going to the Midwest. It's like some of my favorite places to play because I feel like the Midwest has a lot of folks that are like, they're really smart and they're like left leaning generally in their politics, but they're also just like grounded, normal ass people who aren't like, I feel like sometimes in New York or LA, you get to shows and you're like, why is everybody overthinking everything? And like everybody's overly intellectualizing. They're placing themselves in the material too much. They're not just here to like have fun. I don't know. It's like whenever I'm in the Midwest, I'm like, these are just normal fucking people who like want to have a good time and also aren't going to like say something weird.
Well, it's mostly, I feel like, about my favorite leftists in the country are in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I've said for many years that like the most important things I learned about like organizing, I learned in Southern Missouri, because then I moved to Chicago and I was just shocked by the kind of leftist discourse that I encountered that was so infighty and also like theoretical, that it was really smart. It was a bunch of people who went to really good schools and they're from really cool places. And they're really, really, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, all the leftists that like brought me around and taught me about organizing worked like real jobs and had like a class angle to everything they were talking about because they didn't have a choice. And I realized how important that is, at least to me in my view.
Yeah.
But that's what it is a lot of the people that are coming out to like your show or my show in a Midwestern city, they work real jobs and like actually still wonder how they're going to pay their rent. And it's not to say that is not happening for leftists and queer people on the coasts, but I feel like it gets to a way more intellectual place because it's been a lot of like sitting around and talking and like dissecting. Whereas there is a more like humble like pragmatism to the Midwest and South. Like that is real.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's always so interesting, especially I don't know. I've met more people that went to Ivy Leagues working in comedy than I think if I had been a doctor. It is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's their little rebellion.
Oh my God, these folks, they are just coming out of every nook and cranny of the Ivy Leagues. But anyway, it's always so funny to me because it's like these. I don't know. It is a lot of like theory and just like this. I don't know. Really. Esoteric ideas about these things, but it feels like so far removed from, I don't know, real life or just real people that when you go actually like out to these places and talk to people. And I always really enjoy talking to people after the shows. Like, again, like I really like seeing like trans guys that come out to my shows and like just like asking what their life is like in these other places that like I just like in my, I don't know, I could feel fearful of living in or whatever. And it's just always really like cool to be like, these are just like people living their life. It just gives, I don't know, it gives me, I don't know, some reprieve from some of the headier nonsense that comes with like living in a coastal place that's, you know, very uppity about its own sense of self, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And very like self, I mean, I think all the time of that, who was it, Jemima from Girls, that someone wrote to her on Instagram and was like, what's your advice for unconfident young women? And she was like, I think you guys might be thinking about yourselves too much.
Yes.
I think about this all the time, that I'm like, the number of times I have to tell myself that I'm like,
dude.
I'm like, oh, what is XYZ thinking about me, or what is the opinion of me doing this? And it's like, you're thinking about yourself too much.
Dude.
Who cares? Get over it.
That is like what I'm literally like this week, for some reason, I've been so in my head about stuff and just like, I keep having this thought pattern where I'm like, literally think about anything but yourself. Think about anything but yourself right now. Like think of anything else right now.
Find one thing that's not you to think about now.
It's so god awful. And then I'll just like somehow it'll like creep back in and I'm like, why are we doing that again? Why are we doing that again? No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, I don't know how you feel about this, but like just like working in this industry, in this career, like especially as a stand-up, I don't know, like because so much of my material is anecdotal or it's about my life, like there's like an element to my work that requires some like introspection and like thinking about myself. But then it gets so dangerous when you start to think about like the stuff you can't control, or just like it starts to creep into like career stuff. And I find myself finding like trying to strike a balance of being like smart and planning for things, or being industrious in a certain way with like career, but like not overly worrying about crap like I just like can't control.
Yeah. 100%. I feel like I was just talking to a friend yesterday who's like really, she's an entertainer and she's got a lot going on and she's really burnt out and like having to like pare back like immediately.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to like a mental health like cliff and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got to pare stuff back now. Like I have to cancel things tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about it and I was just like, like, because part of what she was saying that I feel like a lot of people that do this kind of work experience is like, oh, I don't feel like myself. I don't really know who I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, right, well, part of the job, if you like are in comedy and like entertainment, is just like mining everything that happens to you all the time to see what's interesting and relatable and what's different and unique and what's weird. And like, you'll go to the grocery store and experience the same thing that someone who isn't a comedian experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the whole time being like, oh, that was weird. That's kind of funny. Like, what if, I wonder what that person's like point of view is. And like, oh, why, when they said that to me, I wonder if they meant this, or like, who do they go home to? Like, you start pulling threads on everything to try and make something interesting, or to try and like figure out the most interesting thing about whatever just happened to you. And so, you start living this like meta existence where you are a character in a story, and you really have to push back against that.
Yeah.
And be like, let things happen and then revisit them later.
Totally. And I think like social media has made it all the worse. Like, I don't know, just I feel like we all have this like sense of who our public self is, even if you're not a public person, even if you're just like, you have an Instagram account. I feel like there's this for the last, decade and a half, there's been this splintering of the actual self and sort of the, public self of who we put out in the world in this like social media lens. And I think it's just made us all so much more aware of the way that we come across or what our opinion, just like to like look at our lives as such an outsider as well. It can be so dangerous. I don't remember whose quote this was, but I've seen it a couple of times. It said like, don't do I think it was like Marcus Aurelius or something. Don't quote me on that. Don't check it.
No, quote check.
But it was like, don't do yourself the disservice of looking at your life all at once. And I try to think about that a lot because that feels like what that instinct is to like, metatextually like discover. I don't know, just think about too much about like who I am as a person versus who I am as I don't know, an entity, a brand, whatever those things are. And but I think people are doing it on all levels of that spectrum of fame, from like the most famous to like people that are just on Instagram. I feel like it's like really such a brainworm that, I don't know. I'm interested to see how that changes us as people in general.
Yeah, I am also interested. But with I'm so worried about it. The internet, I'm like, we really should have stopped at a certain point.
Oh, man, yeah.
And we keep going.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm like, stop, just stop.
Hey, but the metaverse is shutting down.
Hey.
Hey, that $1 billion flop is shutting down.
Any questions about that? I love that.
Yeah, anybody make a visit to the metaverse?
Yeah, I was there this morning.
Yeah, right.
Paying my
right.
respects.
Yeah,
I was laying flowers.
Well, you have a lot of friends there, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the metaverse? Oh, my God.
You think you're a celebrity in real life? You should see them in the metaverse.
You should see them in the metaverse. I program them to only say what I want. So they always, anytime I tell a joke, they don't even laugh. They just go, yes.
Yes, they go, they, she.
Yes, king. Oh, that's so funny. Well, wait, you were talking about, earlier you said something that I wanted to talk about. You were, you said like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get out and see people and pretend that like society is not collapsing.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with happiness right now? Are we happy most of the time? No, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm a generally pretty happy person. I don't know. I'm definitely like I have realized in my adulthood that I'm more of a depressive than I thought I was. Like I think depression's a bigger part of my life than I thought it was, but I'm also very happy generally speaking. I think I don't know. I find a lot of happiness in connecting with my community and being with people and being with friends, and find a lot of happiness performing. But I think like, I don't know, it's just hard right now to not feel like, things are coming crashing down. I'm sure people are loving to turn into a comedy podcast and hear about that, but it just like is what it is.
They're okay.
They're okay.
This is what they're hearing all the time.
Yeah. They're whipping up some oat lattes right now as they listen. But no, I don't know. I think I'm generally pretty happy. But it comes in waves. I think it's like every day's a battle to try to be happy.
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that makes total sense to me. And I feel the same. I feel like there's this mix of like, I'm always wondering like what am I gaining / how am I helping by knowing the intimate details of every atrocity ongoing? Like, I feel like people will be like, don't look away. And I'm like, right. And I'm not. I am totally tapped in. I know what's going on. I'm trying to talk about it. But I'm also like, do I need to see every photo of every horrific thing? Like, I'm trying to find the balance of like, yes, I absolutely believe that we need to know what's going on and be talking about it. And I'm trying my best to like be a good person, I'm trying my best to be a good person all the time. I'm doing the best I can. And also, I don't know, some of my most miserable friends, God love them, are the most tapped in. And I'm
of
like,
course.
I think you could know 30 to 40% less
Yeah.
and still be a good person, a good citizen,
Yeah.
a good neighbor without making yourself so fucking sick and miserable every day. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. I mean, it's always the people that are most online that are the most sad, and the most like, just be fucked up by it all. But I've been trying to like just like whenever I get into that space where I'm like freaking out about stuff, and obviously it's like justified freakouts, because of what's going on. But I've been recently trying to just like be like, is there something I could do right now? Like, do I have some old clothes I could just like go donate, and that would maybe be a moniker of impact in a positive direction, even though there's a million things coming this way. I really want to get involved with. I used to work with kids. I used to coach kids soccer for my day job, and I liked that, and I liked it a lot. But I want to. I don't think I want kids, but I like working with them, and I want to get like more involved with like trans youth in the city or something like that. Like I feel like that's like an actual way that I could get involved. That would be like a positive, I don't know, fight against all the shit that's happening right now, because it just feels like so overwhelming all the time to be like, everybody needs my donations. I don't even have money myself. Like
Yeah.
this is crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's just like, like everybody needs money and everybody needs help all the time. It's like, where do I even start? So I think like I'm just trying to be better about getting really involved in like my local communities and finding like, starting from the smallest place that I can actually like make some tangible impact.
That's it. Yeah, I think I sometimes I've said something like this on Substack recently, and it was met with varying degrees, as are all things that I say.
The
Some
internet,
people,
you're kidding.
Yeah, no shit. Some people really related to it. Some people thought it was the worst thing that's ever been said. But I have found in my own experience that like the people who tell me they're the most hopeless are often the most privileged, and they're doing the least. And I'm not saying that I'm doing the most, but I'm saying like the people that I know that do the best work, like my organizer friends that I'm like, you are a legitimate hero.
Mm-hmm.
I come nowhere close to doing the good work that you do in the world, and I am trying every day to get even an inch closer. Those people have the most hope of anyone I know.
Yeah.
And they see the worst shit. They're making the least money. They are every day in like truly dire circumstances trying to like save lives.
Yeah.
And they have the most hope. And that's just the thing that I've observed, that I'm like, but it's because every single day, I think it's the thing you're talking about, where it's like every single day they're doing stuff that makes the world immediately at least a little bit better for somebody.
Yeah.
And then my friends, I've got friends, that have like like very well-paying jobs and cushy lives, and they're not like a marginalized person living. They don't have like a intersection of multiple marginalized identities living in some dangerous place.
Yeah.
And they're the first ones to be like, oh God, the world's a dumpster fire. We're fucked. And I'm like, you do nothing. Like, this is a total privilege for you to sit here and say this.
No, totally.
And I'm not saying you're wrong. It does look like a dumpster fire. Hey, we do seem to be pretty fucked.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to like sit there and like spout that is not ever the behavior I see from the people that are doing the best work.
No, totally.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of like that. I don't know if this is a real fact or if this is like an old wives' tale, but again, nobody check anything.
Check
here.
this, quote this.
I have no facts today. Everybody,
Nico Carney.
Everybody stop. But like that adage that like, if somebody's asking for money on the train or something like that, it's more likely that the person who like doesn't have a lot to give will give them $1 than like somebody who's like in a business suit is not going to give them any money. And it really is that idea of like when you know what it feels like to be close to the bone, like you want to help more because you understand and empathize. Whereas I think people that have these cushy lives, like they're like perfectly, I mean, they are systematically positioned in the middle to feel comfortable so that they are the buffer between the elite and the rest of the working class.
It's the whole point.
It's the whole point. Yeah. So it's like, you feel this guilt and this cushion because you've been systematically set up to be here to feel this guilt, but not enough to like do something about it. Anyway, I could rant for days, but I've been reading a lot of history books to like ground myself in some like, that things have been worse and people did more when it was harder and like that kind of stuff. And that's been really helpful too. I read this book called Transgender Warriors by Leslie Feinberg. That's like a history of trans people through space and time. I'm trans. I'm not a fetishy guy or something.
No, he says don't listen to him.
Caleb wanted to get a really fetishy guy on the podcast to talk about trans people.
I said, Nico, you can come on, but you have to talk about your trans fetish.
Listen, and I've been begging to get an audience to listen about it. So thank you for
It's an honor,
everybody.
brother.
Yes. But anyway, it's a really great account of like Leslie Feinberg was like wanting to like look through history to find themselves in history. It was essentially the conceit going in, and it was really cool to read. Just like, we've existed across civilizations and time periods and continents, and it's just like so cool to like actually be like, all this stuff that's like this is new and this is like fake shit. It's like no, that's the part that's fake and made up. Like, and I don't know. For me, it's like really helpful to just like ground myself in this like a tethered reality to other human beings throughout time and space. That like is very helpful for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
You and I have I feel like a pretty. You grew up in Savannah, and then now you're like, a comedian who's out touring and living in New York, and like I feel like we have had a lot of similar experiences. Like the way you talk about things, I'm like, yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah.
Like, what is your relationship to Georgia and to home at this point in your life?
Yeah, I feel like I've had an evolution with it because when I was a kid, it was like, I gotta get out of here. Yeah. I gotta get out of here. They don't understand me. I gotta get out of here.
I'm too different. They'll
I'm
kill
too
me.
different. And it's that thing of like when you're young, and especially I think like for, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure a lot of different types of people, but as a trans person, like, sorry, I'll bring it up again now that I brought it up once. It's this thing of like, I don't know why I'm different, but there's something different about me and nobody here understands me, and I think that's an experience a lot of kids have in high school anyway. But anyway, so that was kind of my mindset, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. And then I went to I played soccer all through school, so I played in college, and so I went to Wake Forest, which is where I played, and which is not that much different from Georgia. It's like a very wealthy school in North Carolina, so like it was a lot of them more of the same. But so I was still kind of feeling like this, like I got to get out of there. And then I was back home with my folks in Savannah during COVID, and I like had such a new appreciation for the city, and just like I got to meet some people that were like not my parents' friends or not my friends' parents, and just like a new idea of like what the city was made up of and stuff. And it was just like a really eye-opening thing to do, like to experience at 21, would be like, oh, like I like lived in this bubble within this city that I felt very oppressed by, but there's so many other types of people that live here, and there's obviously so much history to Savannah. And so I just had like a much broader appreciation for just like what the South represented, and like all the erased people that get erased by like the northern elitism of like, we should just let them fuck themselves over, and like, yeah, go legislate yourselves into the dust. And it's like, whoa, there's a lot of people that live down there. So I think I've had like a broader appreciation for it, and I like going back to the South, and like I like going home, and I used to feel like resentful of that like sort of identity of being like I'm from the South, but like I've come to really appreciate it because I think I want to reclaim that among this like sort of, I don't know, world where like so many of these like whack people from the from the fringes are coming in to try to like claim Southern identity as one thing, when I think it's much broader. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I really like that that's a part of like, and it's also like living up here now. It's like everybody's from fucking Connecticut. It's like, at least I got something interesting.
Exactly. Don't you feel like an undercover agent a little bit?
Totally.
I'm like, I have a superpower. I understand. That is how I felt after 2016. That my whole life, up until then, mostly I had felt like, oh God, I'm like fat, gay, and from middle of nowhere, Missouri. Like these are the least interesting things. I'm like, I want to.
And honey, it gets worse.
I'm like, baby, it gets worse. And then everyone, after Trump got elected, all my friends on the coast started being like, we really got to understand the middle of the country. And I was like, I understand it over there. And I felt like for the first time, I was like, no, it's actually like cool that I'm from there, and I know about that place. And you're right, you guys should have been paying attention.
Yeah.
And so I felt like, yeah, I had a total reclamation, and started like, yeah, I started like loving home actually, and started feeling like, wait, no, I guess I just had the realization that I was letting them win. Sure. That I was like, you don't actually get to kick like me and my friends out of here and like claim this as your own like weird Christo-fascist. Like, we live here. Yeah. And like, we're important to here. And if we did leave here, you guys would be fucked. Yeah. You can't do this without us.
No, totally. I feel
the Kansas City that you love is not the same without all the trans people making it cool.
Totally.
And like, that is reality. Like, you just can't do any of this without us. You need us, and we, like, the same way that like queer people living in cities need farmers that they don't agree with on stuff, y'all need us too. Yeah. Like, we all need each other. And that's being like obscured by these rich billionaire psychopaths that are like sending out like bat signal hate messages to us. Yeah. But we do all need each other.
Yeah. No, and it's I don't know. It's just like, it's given me such a more, I think, well-rounded, I don't know, view of people, because just like you just are used to having grown up with all these people that you don't agree with at all, like having to like have gone to school with these kids forever. And I don't know, it's just interesting. It's also been, I mean, I will say on the flip side, it has been a little tough at times to like, I've definitely lost relationships because of people's political leanings, and, how that intersects with my identity and things like that. And it's like, it can be really frustrating, I think, to like be like, I see this place as this beautiful opportunity. And like, I find that like a lot of the North, is a lot less diverse than they're like, oh, we're like really great to black people up here. I'm like, you don't have any black people up here. What are you talking about? Like, it's like, yeah, there's actually
or you live in a separate part of town,
right?
And y'all don't interact.
Yeah, it's like, or yeah, exactly.
That was
like,
shocking to me.
Yeah,
when coming from Kansas City, where look, everybody was poor, but white folks and black folks were hanging out all the time,
right?
And the Mexican folks, and like everybody was together at the same barbecue restaurant. And then I moved to Chicago, and the black folks and the white folks, by and large, separated intentionally by interstates, not talking, not hanging out, not being in the same spaces. And I was shocked. I was like, oh, this is like supposed to be like liberal heaven.
Right.
Like, what is going on?
Right. And it's like, yeah. And then it's always anyway, so all that to say, like, I just find it I can find it frustrating on the flip side of that argument of like, when like I can see this beautiful, diverse place that could be so much more. And like, you're just hanging on to your creature comforts and your this middle zone where you get to feel comfortable all the time. And I just, so it makes me frustrated at times that some people down there really double down on the comfort of just being like, I live on a river and I'm never going to be politically engaged. And honestly, if I did, I wouldn't either.
Living on the river's part of it. That's always,
I would love to live on the river and not be politically engaged either, but yeah.
Something about living by a body of water makes a whole bunch of people go, I'm done. I'm not. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's
right
5
here.
o'clock always.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You said something earlier that I am coming back to since then and have been thinking a lot about lately, which is you were like, oh yeah, I think a lot of kids in high school just feel like this regardless.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, even if you weren't trans, that you're like growing up and feeling artistic, even in Georgia, you'd be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Totally.
And I've been thinking about that so much with this like driver's license situation in Kansas. About my buddy, my buddy's a trans guy. He lives in Missouri. He passes not most people in his life. A lot of people he interacts with at work. He's a mechanic. Don't know. And he's not out to anybody at work. And then this fucking license thing happened in Kansas where they revoked everyone's driver's licenses. He's on the Missouri side, so he still has his license for now. But of course, we all have like these big fears that it's going to happen there.
Yeah.
But he works in Kansas a lot. And so he was forced to come out to his HR supervisor, which is extremely unsafe. We don't know, like we didn't know how she was going to react.
Yeah.
And luckily she was really cool and she was like, like, don't tell any of the other guys. Like, I got you. We'll take care of it. We'll figure it out when the time comes, which is so lucky.
Don't tell them when they're under a car. Just, what?
Boom. Boom. And then they'll have little birds flying around their head. And then they'll transition. It'll be a nightmare.
Yeah, no, it's the whole, we're going to have to get what a health plan we're going to have to get.
This cannot be a trans mechanic center.
No.
But yeah, like he goes and fixes these people's cars that like probably did vote against his rights. And if he gets his driver's license revoked, like it's not even this like, I don't know, these debates turn into these like big like weird conversations that are so unrooted in pragmatism. That's like, no, this guy just needs to get to work. Like,
well, that's the other thing. It's like, okay, so we take a bunch of people's driver's license away. Okay, now nobody's getting anything at the coffee shop. These people can't get to work. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it is to your, it's just not practical at all. It's just like, we're just getting a bunch of people who now have to like try to figure out how to get the bus on time. And that's like not helpful. I don't know. It's exactly that. It's like, this isn't even something that's gonna, even if you didn't want trans ideology out there, like people not getting to work is not gonna help.
It's the thing that it makes me like so sad and pissed off about is I'm like, this is actually, it's painted as this like unrelatable thing that is nowhere near your community. And I'm like, no, it's the most relatable thing imaginable. You're a teenager who doesn't feel loved and wanted. You're barely making rent and you have to be able to get to work. You like, these are the most relatable things in the world.
You have 3 to 4 situationships that are untenable.
Hello,
I mean, come on.
Your polycule is going through a tumultuous time.
And there's a lot of infighting, and that's a big part of the community is fighting yourselves. And how is that going to help anybody? It won't, but we will.
Every farmer in Kansas has had a situation where their polycule got out of control. Okay?
Yes, they also have multiple wives. It's okay.
Someone wasn't doing their chores. Someone wasn't being communist enough at the book club. Like, we've all experienced these things. These are universal.
I know. I was just telling my friend Jesse when we were playing pool the other night, I just really hope that this year's Dyke March gets off without a hitch. Oh my God, I'm going to knock that over.
I was curious what would happen with the water, but I just wanted to see what would happen with it.
I'm just too finicky over.
Wait, what's happening with Dyke March?
I don't know. Every year it's like they're like, we have just announced that we are doing the Dyke March again, and there is a fight happening between the organizers. It's like every year without fail, they're like, there's some sort of infighting going on, and it's like, what if the theme of this year's march was we're all going to have fun?
Yeah.
What if we were all going to have a good time?
Well, anyway, I feel like was it which march was it? It was some pride thing that they were like, We're doing it again this year, of course, and we are having the cops. Like, was that part of it? Like,
there was like, I think like in the early, I mean, to be fair, this is all people trying to be respectful and empathetic, I think, and it, whatever, gets out of hand. But I think it began maybe with like, there was, maybe something with the cops. I think there was something to do with masking, like post-COVID. Like, if there was like everybody had to wear a mask, or if there was like a masking section. I don't know. Anyway, it started off as those kinds of things, but then it always escalates to just like people, like, I mean, it's like so many people's exes are probably working on this thing. It's like, it's a hotbed. It's a hotbed.
Look, my only goal for this year is that the Dyke March goes off without a hitch.
Listen,
Let's just get it done.
I always have a great time, but I'm just like, and what were we fighting about? Everybody's out here in the sun. Like, having a good time. People get their shirts off. This is great.
Hello.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Yeah, I mean...
like, maybe I'm naive, but to me, when I first went for the first time, I was like, the most powerful thing that's happening right now is that I'm looking around and seeing a bunch of people like me, like, with their shirts off, doing, like, incredible things, and just, like, being out here kissing each other. I was like, this is healing so much in me. Like, whether or not we are, I don't know, abiding by every possible, you know, moral upstanding thing we could be doing here today, I think there's a lot of good being done. Let's just have a good time.
That is, we're splintering. We got to stop splintering over stupid stuff. Like, there's all the, like, the language policing and the, like who makes fun of who in the community. I'm like, do we want to be in community or not?
Yeah.
Everyone needs to relax.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to get cool quick.
Yeah.
Because it's not helping. It's only making it worse. It's splintering us. And they're on the other side, by the way, they're completely unified on everything.
Of course.
They have on the right wing side of things, they have somebody who comes out and says something that almost none of them agree with, and they go, "Yeah, that's crazy, but he's ours." It's like, can we get someone out on the left?
It's literally like being like, "Well, that's my uncle." Like that's their attitude towards everything.
That's our senator.
I know. Yeah.
That's our senior senator from Utah. Sorry.
Yeah. Even with them all kind of coming out against like even that, it's like not even working. Wait, I was going to say something about, I was going to say, despite all we're saying, I will still be coming for gay guys. I'm not sorry about that.
What are you coming for gay guys on?
Their behavior.
Yeah, what are we doing?
How they speak. How they speak to me.
How they speak.
Right over my head.
How are they speaking to you? Directly above?
Directly above me
talking
talking to another gay guy? No, I'm just fucking around. I've been doing a joke up top where when I ask if there's any gay guys in the house, and then they'll say, you know, they'll cheer, and I'm like, oh, I love when there's gay guys in the audience because they have to listen for once, and I think that's nice.
Dude, Carly Kane has this fucking. Do you and Carly? Yeah, you know each other because we've all hung out.
I feel like I've met her once before, maybe, but I'm familiar. Yeah.
She has this fucking hilarious joke where she was doing it all the time, opening for me on tour, which was disrespectful. Where she's like, I'll butcher it, but I'll have Carly send a video of her doing the joke and we'll put it in right here. But Carly, basically the joke is she's like, I love hanging out with my gay guy friends because I don't have to say a word. Like, I wake up the next morning, I have no anxiety, and I'm like, why don't I feel weird about last night's hang? Oh, I didn't speak once. And she's like, my gay guy friends are the best because they don't care about anyone else. And she would tell that joke every night on my show, and I'm like, I'm your best gay guy friend. That is so fucking funny.
I'm the aforementioned gay guy. Sorry
number one gay guy in your life, I think.
Chatty, and I'm about to chat for another hour for you guys. So not beating the chatty allegations.
So fucking funny. Y'all, when it's time to order pizza, you gotta call our friends at Domino's. They have an incredible lineup of toppings to fully customize your next pizza to your heart's desire. Or if you want to stick with one of the trusted staples like a large pepperoni, Domino's has you covered. And I'm telling you guys right now, do not sleep on their Parmesan stuffed crust pizza. It's the same buttery tasting pan dough you know and love, but stuffed with cheese in every bite of crust. Finished with their signature garlic seasoning and a sprinkling of real Parmesan. They're also serving up their classic handmade pan pizzas with that buttery taste in each bite of dough. Pan baked into a golden and crispy crust with 2 layers of cheese baked from edge to edge. I love the sound of all of that. One of my favorite things about ordering online from Domino's is the Domino's tracker, which lets you track the status of your pizza every step of the way, from the moment you place your order to the moment it's handed to you. You can see in real time when your pizza goes into the oven, so you know that thing is being as freshly baked as can be just for you. Try Domino's Parmesan stuffed crust pizza today. Thank you, Domino's, for sponsoring this episode. This episode is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.com offers a wide array of hotels and vacation rentals across the U.S. So you can find exactly what you're booking for. There's something for everyone, even those who are impossible to please. Whether you're booking for yourself, your partner, your picky teens, your sleep light, rise early mom, or your high maintenance group chat, you can find exactly what you're booking for. When I go on vacations with friends, something I must have is a kitchen with a nice big oven and stovetop where I can cook some of my world famous loaded twice baked potato skins. with homemade ranch dressing. People who eat together stay together? If we can find our perfect stay on booking.com, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com. Yeah! Book today on the site or in the app. Folks, spring is officially sprung, and I, for one, can't wait to get out of the house and enjoy the good weather with friends. I'm talking long walks through the neighborhood, barbecues in the park, nighttime bike rides home from dinner, and so much more. And you know me, I love to dress for the occasion. So this spring, maybe you can reach for your favorite pieces from Fabletics, just like me. I really do actually love their stuff. It's incredible. And that's exactly why I want you guys to enjoy these clothes too. If you sign up for Fabletics as a new VIP, you get perks like 70 to 80% off everything. That makes it easier to grab a few new pieces without overthinking it. I'm telling you, the quality of their stuff is so great. Everything feels premium, soft, breathable, and built to last. But you're not paying those premium brand prices. And they're so versatile. You've got pieces you can work out in, but also wear out. Matching sets, lightweight hoodies, joggers, tees. It's the kind of stuff you can throw on in the morning and not think about again. Oh my gosh, there are just too many fun Fabletics pieces to talk about. And I own so many of them. Heck, I'm even wearing this shirt right now as a Fabletics shirt. Shop now at fabletics.com/ShowTrue to get 70 to 80% off everything when you sign up as a new VIP. Take a quick style quiz and be sure to select So True when prompted to unlock your 70 to 80% off. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Again, that's fabletics.com/ShowTrue for 70 to 80% off everything as a new VIP. Folks, there's lots of things in life you shouldn't do alone, like driving yourself home from surgery, or riding a tandem bicycle, or handling all your personal finances. Oh, there we go. Lucky for you, our friends at Rocket Money have the financial stuff covered so you can easily make smart decisions. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings and put that money towards things that you actually care about, like a solo trip to Australia. Or a nice gift for your mum on a birthday. Kind of not bad. See how you guys want to clap? See all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them in just a few clicks. They have tools that automatically create transaction categorization across accounts, plus customizable categories and tags to reveal spending patterns and add context. Wanting to start saving for that big family vacation this summer? Well, these tools are here to help. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/SoTrue. That's rocketmoney.com/SoTrue, rocketmoney.com/SoTrue. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. We all could use a good website in this day and age, I tell you what. And Squarespace has so many awesome features to get yours up and running. Squarespace gives you everything you need to offer services and get paid all in one place. From consultations to events and experiences, showcase your offerings with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business. Get paid on time with professional on-brand invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools. Wow! Get discovered fast with integrated Squarespace SEO tools. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions and auto-generated sitemap and more. So you show up more often on search engines and bring in more of your ideal customers. Head to squarespace.com/SoTrue for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code SoTrue to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Folks, this episode is sponsored by our friends at TruFru. In a world where there's hundreds, if not thousands of options, when you're looking for an exciting new snack to try, TruFru is making that choice easier than ever. I actually really love eating these. My favorite has to be their blueberries. Those things are capital delicious. TruFru is made with real fruit and real chocolate or yogurt. And you can taste the quality in each bite. You keep them in the freezer to ensure they stay fresh and ready to grab when you want something sweet. You want something sweet, come on over to my place. Or grab TruFru out of the fridge. TruFru is the ultimate treat that's also made from real ingredients, so it feels like a better dessert option without sacrificing taste. They're perfect for everyday snacking and occasion. Grab a handful of TruFru when you're watching TV, or maybe when you're winding down at the end of a long day, or put them out on the dining room table next time you're hosting friends and watch the feeding frenzy begin. Be sure to save a bag for yourself, though. Trust me, they go fast. And get this. TruFru is getting into the Greek yogurt game with, you guessed it, their very own Greek yogurt. So next time you're at the grocery store, be on the lookout for those blue bags with fruit found in the freezer aisle and for their new Greek yogurt. Thank you, TruFru, for sponsoring this episode. Boy, these are tasty. We had some of them off camera, and we were just delighted, weren't we? They're really, really tasty. That's so funny. What is the makeup of your audience? What's who's mostly in there?
I get a good amount of trans people. I get a lot of lesbians, a lot of bisexual women, and then I'll get like some straight people, and then I'll get like parents of trans kids sometimes too that are like really excited about that kind of stuff. There was a guy in the front row.
That could make me cry for kind of no reason, by the way.
I know, right? Oh my god! So I have two stories. So there was a guy in Philly. It was front row of my show, and I was like, and he was like very burly looking, and I was just kind of like, okay, did you know what you were coming to? Because I never know with like clubs and stuff like that. Because like I'm doing like my audience is like I'm very grateful for everybody who comes to the show, but I'm not like so like sellout level or whatever. So I'll get some like random people that just show up, and I'm always like, okay, well, hope you like this. But then he stood up at the end, and he had a parents of trans kids or whatever, or protect trans kids shirt on, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. But I did a benefit. I did Heartland Pride in Omaha last summer, which was really cool. It was a cool event. And they did like a little meet and greet kind of thing after for the acts that were going on. And this little trans boy ran up with his two trans dads. And I was like, I found the epicenter of my audience. Everything builds from here.
Hey,
like,
brothers.
I was like, this
brother,
is the
brother.
perfect family. So anyway, so two trans dads and the trans son. And I just like talk about being a short guy on stage. And one of the dads was like, he kept being like, he's not that short. Why is he saying that? He's not that short. He's not that short. And the dad was like, I didn't know how to tell him, like, he has no understanding of, like, what short is. He has two trans dads. Like, to him, like, height is, like, not...
Doesn't
it's
exist.
meaningless. It's like, yeah, it's like, we're the tallest people you know, and we're 5'3". Like, it's like, well, yeah, okay, you don't know. So I get a lot of that, which is cute, yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess mine's a lot of bisexual women. They're really in there.
I mean, they're good ticket buyers, and I love them.
They buy tickets because they have good jobs.
Uh-huh.
Bisexual women, quiet as it's kept, they are the backbone of this nation.
They are the only thing with, I mean, our GDP is all because of bisexual women.
These women are saving our lives.
They're saving our lives. They
and
really
we
are.
need to be thankful to them.
They really are. No, I have all love to the bisexual listeners. I'm a big fan of yours too.
Big fan. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for buying tickets.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
No, it's so funny. Like, I don't know. There's some, I don't know. I feel like there's been this movement in comedy over the last several years of like this more bro-y whatever. I mean, this is all things we know, but it's always so interesting to me when I think about just if you're looking at it from the most like business-minded capitalistic lens you could of like I want to sell out and have like sell out shows and stuff like that. Why would you appeal to cis straight men? Like they don't buy tickets for themselves. They don't have a lot of friends. They don't go do group activities. Like invest in audiences that are going to invest in you.
They're
like,
embarrassed of earnestness.
Like go
Yeah.
like I'm like, yeah, I like that girls come to my show because they bring 8 friends.
Yeah.
That's 8 more tickets that I wasn't gonna. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you invest in a bunch of guys that are gonna be single ticket buyers and sit by themselves? Like that's crazy.
You're bad at business. You need to be nicer to girls. You're bad at business.
Yeah, seriously.
One of my favorite things, and I sometimes wonder what this says about me that I love this so much. I think it's just that I like to win people over, but one of my favorite things is I'll go out on stage if I'm headlining, and I can see immediately the guys who are only there because their girlfriend made them come, and they are not thrilled to be there. And my favorite thing is to win them over, and I'll get them.
Yeah.
I can get you. You're gonna try to stonewall me, but I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Can I? Okay, I have thoughts and questions on this. So, do you feel like okay? Because I have this thing too, where I find like I get so nervous about like the straight guys I like ahead of time, and I feel like I want their validation and this deep seated thing in me. Do you feel like you ever fight that about that, or just like, hey, fuck this, I don't care if these guys like this or not, or do you feel like you're like, oh, I want to win them over? Because I know they don't like it and everybody else here likes it. I don't know if I'm making
Yes, it makes total sense. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this.
Yeah.
Thinking about, do I want to win them over because they're the straight guys?
Right.
That whose approval I wanted when I was 12. Like, is that what's going on here? Is this about my dad? You know, basically,
Totally,
like,
totally.
what is this? And I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I genuinely think that it's just that I wanna get the hardest person in the room. Like I want the person who wants to laugh at me the least is who I want to win over. It happens to be those guys, but I mean, it would mean just as much to me. It's just not as easy to spot.
I know.
It would mean just as much to me if it was like, there are plenty of like hardcore, like tender queer leftists that don't love me all the time. They think I'm annoying. They think I go too far. They think I say things I shouldn't say. They're a different kind of opposition to me than straight guys. Straight guys just think I'm like, they don't think of me at all, or they think I'm, I don't know, like they just can't imagine that I'm someone they would think is funny.
Yeah.
I would want to win either of them over. I want in the room. out in the world or on the internet, you can't play the same game
I
because
know.
it's manufactured outrage in order to get clicks and attention.
Mm.
There are some people that are not going to like you just because it's the unpopular thing to do and it'll get interest. In the real world, in the room, it's different because funny is funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So I think that it's that, but also like, sure, maybe part of it's that I just want these guys to like me.
Because I have that same thing where I'm on stage and I'll be like scanning the room and then there's like one dude who's like towards the front who's like kind of I'm trust doesn't care and I'm like, okay, I want this guy. I want to get this guy. Like I keep looking at him. I want him to laugh and I'm like, oh, this next one maybe I'll get you. And then like whatever. And then it's like, there's so many people having a great time, enjoying themselves, came to see me, wanting to, like, I should give them my attention, but it's like I can't
this
stop.
Is the illness,
because that's the illness. It's like it's like if everybody in this room doesn't think I'm funny, I'm a fucking failure. You know, and it's like, what is that?
Yeah, well, this is the whole thing about what we do. It's so sick.
Yeah,
it's so sick. The whole reason we're up there is because we need who needs a room full of people to show up and spend the night of their life laughing at you? Like, that's insane.
It's like, I came up with these little thoughts I thought you'd like.
What do you guys think? Yeah. Isn't this
mostly
true?
About me, but...
Sorry, this is mostly about me, but
this is kind of my life story. I hope you guys were cool to spend $40 to hear
it applies
that.
to you guys in some ways. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's a completely insane endeavor, and I definitely want... But I enjoy... We actually had a whole joke on our last tour where we, like, did a shout. We did, like basically a moment of silence for the straight men that had to come with their girlfriends, and it was so much fun. They loved it. I mean, they were like, "There's also
they love to be talked about.
They love to be talked about.
They love to be addressed. They love to be addressed in a gay space. I find
they love to be addressed in a gay space, and it also gives them permission to. These guys will come in. Well, they're so. I mean, look, I don't want to be too mean, but they're so insecure and scared, and I get it. And it's in some ways their fault because they perpetuate it, and in other ways it's just like what we do to men in this society.
Yeah,
that like they have to come in with their arms crossed, and everyone needs to be visually signified that they're not gay, they're not happy to be here. And the second you give them permission, like you say, like, "Hey, I know your girlfriend brought you, and you don't want to be here," they're like,
"Yeah." There's suddenly like, a Cosmo in their hand.
Hello. They're like, "Girl,
do that one again.
You nailed that one, girl." All of a sudden, they feel so comfortable being like, "Okay, everyone knows I'm straight. I can relax."
No, totally. It's so funny though because it's like I'll find like if I'm if I'm playing for a straight crowd and I'm gonna ask like, "Are there any trans people here?" Like maybe somebody will be willing to say it, but a lot of times people are either just. If there is a trans person, they're probably not going to like shout out, and that's totally fine. They don't need to do that in a room full of straight people. But then if you're in the opposite, you're around a bunch of gay people in the audience, and then like any straight people here, they're like, "Let's go!" And you're like, "Okay, well," it's like the reverse of this is not happening. Like people are not as excited to announce themselves anyway. But no, I like when there's straight people in the audience because I do find it is like a good place to. It's a good place for them to be hearing about things that are otherwise being talked about so negatively. So it is nice that they like, you know, I like when they venture in and then like, and I try not to overthink like playing to them, but.
Yeah, that's the line to walk is like, I don't want to play to you, but also I would like to expand your horizons a little bit. Like I'd like to imagine that you come to, your girlfriend drags you out to this show. You didn't want to come, but she didn't want to come alone. You kind of have to do it. Yeah. I'd like to imagine that the next time she asks you to go see a gay comic or a woman or a trans person or anyone that seems outside of your wheelhouse, that you might be a little more excited and go, "Oh, last time it was actually pretty good." Yeah. I'd like to imagine that that's maybe some effect of all that. Yeah. But whatever. You think God's real?
In some form.
Yeah. What form?
Oh man, I think probably like some sort of non-embodied thing, like a light or like energy, some sort of like goodness energy that is existing, that is not, I don't necessarily know that it's like all-knowing or all-powerful in the, like I think it's powerful in the way that like human connection is powerful and that energy is powerful, but like I don't think it's like this, you know, Judeo-Christian tradition of like there's a moral understanding, and that I think that is something we map onto God, but I do believe there's something that is why we're here, connects us all. There's some sort of life force. And I was raised Catholic, so like I always have that kind of in the back of my head, but I don't really feel that like any sort of human idea of what God could be is like, I don't even think we could possibly conceive what it is. Like I wonder if it's something that we can't even fully in this form like see, you know how there's all these things out in front of us that like other animals can see or some shit
in here,
other wavelengths, yeah, like right in front of us,
right here,
the tension between
specifically
us, that
right
kind
here,
of thing,
I think God is like you're saying, like an energy and a thing that everyone has felt. Everyone has felt God in whatever that is. But I think the only thing humans could have ever done with that feeling is what we have done, which is mapped humanity onto it.
Right.
And been like, well, first of all, it's a boy.
Yeah.
And second of all, he's violent. You know what I mean?
And he snatched his...
Hello, he's hot, he's violent, he's white. It's like, okay, yeah, humans...
Yeah.
The humans in power were always going to map as much of themselves as they
course.
possibly could onto this energy. It doesn't mean the
he
energy
looks like
isn't
the King
real.
of England or something.
Yeah.
You know?
No. I think he's white and thin.
Maybe he looks a little like me.
And I think if you're mean to him, he'll kill you. It's like, okay.
And he doesn't want women to talk, and he wants me to have 8 wives.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he wants me to fuck a lot and for you to be obedient. That's kind of what I've experienced with
He
him.
told me this.
Yeah, I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
And then people go, well, why isn't he talking to us? No, don't worry
he
about
won't
it.
do
He's
that.
very shy.
He's really shy. He likes to talk to us.
He has favorites. Yeah. And yeah. But
Yeah.
no, I think it's I don't know. I go back and forth on whether or not I think it's like intentionally nefarious, like the way that we got here. I think certainly it has been used that way, but I'm like, I just think it's a misunderstanding of the energy and what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a version of religion that's really positive. I think, like, I just don't trust a lot of humanity and the current power structures for that to. I mean, I just don't know that there's a world where like religion in its best form and capitalism can coexist.
Yeah.
I don't think those things. I mean,
I completely
capitalism's
disagree.
the devil.
I completely disagree. I think that God is a capitalist.
Well, I mean,
I think the energy, wouldn't that be funny? I'm like, the energy I'm talking about actually wants you to be a landlord.
The energy I'm talking about is the invisible hand. Okay,
Hello?
that's moving the markets.
Yeah, and it's trickling down. Thank you.
Reaganomics big at the So True. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big Reaganomics guy. Love him.
Yes.
He was charming. Isn't that a
If you
shame?
give Caleb your money, he will trickle it down to you.
I will trickle it down to you.
Pretty easy.
I'm doing my best.
Easy.
It's trickling down. Nicole,
know.
Michelle, trickles are coming.
Yeah, they're waiting. Their paws are open. Right?
They work
Yeah.
for free right
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
they're both on internships, and
For
so is
sure, for
Chance.
sure.
All my staff is on internships currently, but
Listen,
once
you guys
they
are getting
prove
class credit,
themselves-
right?
Yes, yes.
Wait,
Everyone.
speaking of, I'm a little bit pissed that Chance isn't even here to see me or anything.
He didn't
but,
want to.
yeah.
He actually he
said-
called in sick this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said somebody's trying.
Yes, he threw up.
God, I said.
He said, Nico, what? I said, Carney. He said, let me Google him. And he said, I'm not feeling well this morning. I said, what?
I said that's giving gross to me.
Yeah,
That's
he's giving gross.
Yeah,
How Chance
yeah,
talks.
Yeah, that's giving gross. Yeah.
No, he's in Los Angeles on his other job. He went and got another job. I know you
You better
can't
start
buy
trickling
loyalty.
quick,
You can't buy loyalty these days.
let alone for a class credit.
I mean, I give this guy a job. I've known him since we were teenagers, and he goes and gets another job.
In Los Angeles, of all devious cities he could
I know.
be in.
At All Things Comedy, you're gonna go work for Bill Burr, a guy you don't even know. Sick, disgusting.
God,
Chance.
some guy from Boston. Jesus Christ.
And leave this in. Imagine working for some guy from Boston when you could be working with your buddy.
I once saw Bill Burr at this Netflix is a Joke event where he was clearly paid to be there, and he was just pacing, and the bodyguard was like following him, and I was like, oh my God, I wonder how much their money they're giving you to like just pace in the corner of this pool right now.
Ugh.
He did not look happy to be there, but
God,
I would love to get paid to be miserable.
That's one of those. That's one of those things that his team wasn't able to strike from the contract.
know,
Like
right?
they struck 6 things that he didn't want to do, and
For
they're
sure.
like, they need you at the pool.
They're like, you gotta walk back and forth by this pool. yeah. Gotta walk back and forth.
This is a sticking point for them, Bill. It's really important
really
to them.
big that all the Netflix executives have a good time and see you in person.
They need to see you at the pool.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
God, it is like that. It's so fucking funny that it's like, well, I'm gonna not have fun when I go do that, and like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're like,
Just
it's not
5
about
minutes.
that. They just need to see that you exist as a person. In
5
flesh,
minutes
yeah.
contractually. We'll
Yeah.
start the timer as soon as you step in the door. And then at 4 minutes and 59 seconds, you're breaking for the door. It's
Yeah.
like, Bill. They got
Bill.
him. Bill.
Bill, you got to talk to the developments of animation. Or
Oh my
whatever's here.
God.
Yeah.
Bill, you need to talk to these execs.
Yeah,
Oh man,
because
what a dumb
mostly
industry.
because they're bored. I know. Yeah.
Well, and the number of things that in this career path that we've chosen, the number of things that revolve around somebody.
Hey, it chose me, but that's fine.
It shows you. Well, I had to choose it, just so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
The number of things that revolve around this really simple fact that there are a bunch of people that are deeply, incurably, terminally uncool, and they need to feel like that's not true.
Yes.
So much of this industry spins around that.
I agree.
That they have no talent, so they became somebody near the talent.
Uh-huh.
And we have to make them feel cool, or else
Uh-huh.
everyone's going to die.
Oh my God. Yeah. How do we get onto that? Anyway, do you believe in God? Is that like a big part of your? Do you feel that's a big part of your life?
Not a big part of my life. I go back and forth. I've talked about it a lot on the show. It actually probably, depending on how many years I do this show, I imagine it'll be pretty interesting to watch all the times I've talked about God and see how it evolves. But because I feel like it changes all the time. I believe I think there's a power in the universe that generally pushes us all towards good. I think people are fundamentally good.
Yeah.
And I think that we're mostly good. I think we want to be good. I think we know when we're doing bad and we feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
How that comes out is different for different people. But I think we are predisposed to be good to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having that belief means that something must be going on that's bigger than individual like actors.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that I struggled for a long time with putting God to it. And it's so funny. My friend Tara was just making fun of me recently because she was like, I'm doing a prayer zine. And I was like, I don't pray. And she was like, what do you do?
A prayer scene.
A prayer zine.
Zine.
Like a zine about prayer.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm asking a bunch of people about prayer and what they think about prayer and what they pray for. And I'm going to do a zine about it. And I was like, that's cool, but I don't pray.
Mm-hmm.
And and we had this like really kind of intense back and forth where I was like, yeah, I mean, I am a part of the universe. I think about the universe. I try to contribute to the universe. I try to put good into the universe. I think the universe gives me good back. But I specifically wouldn't call that prayer on purpose because it has such religious, like rewarding behavior kind of energy. And I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And she was just making fun of me because she was like, for all intents and purposes, you are a spiritual person, but you fight it so much, was kind of the energy. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. But I think God is certainly not a person, certainly not raining down like blessings on people.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That would account for, there's no way to me that we can say that God rewards people for being good when there's so many good people suffering. That just makes no sense to me.
And
but
the most vile people are at the top of the pyramid.
Most vile people. I mean, and the prosperity gospel, I mean, yeah, the idea that you get good things because you're a good person, or even that you I struggle when something is going well for me, and like even fans of mine will be like, oh my God, Caleb deserves this. I'm like, there's no such thing. Like, there's no such thing as that.
Yeah.
I am very, very lucky, but to say that I deserve to make money in such a frivolous way is inherently to say that people who are working really, really, really hard and barely making ends meet didn't deserve better.
Right.
You can't have one without the other.
Right.
And that's fucked up.
Yeah. And then you get into the whole headspace. I don't know. At least I will get into this whole guilt of like, and does a comedian deserve to have anything? Like as compared to like, doctors and nurses and all these people who like really are actually helping people and whatever. There's ways that we are helpful too, but I get in that space too. But do you feel that God is something that like comes up in your, like, do you feel that that's like a constant, like an anxiety or something you're thinking about like all the time? Like it's like, do you feel like any like religious from like as a child, like any religious oppression kind of stuff? Like, does that feel like it's still part of you?
Not in day to day. Like, I think like when I'm moving through the world day to day, when I'm like, should I do this or should I do this? Like when I come to like a moral decision, it really doesn't even get to God for me that I'm like, well, this is just, there's almost always a clearly right thing to do, even if there's like personal consequences. And I generally try my best to just be like, despite what it means for me, this is the right thing to do. And I try my best to just do that because I would want someone to do that if they were in my position. So it doesn't usually get to God. But when I get to God, like when I get anxiety from growing up and being around the church, it's always about death and what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
It's really not about what I'm doing here. I'm pretty clear on what I'm doing here. It's death and what happens afterwards that really makes me ill.
That makes you anxious.
Makes me completely sick.
Okay.
Dude, the way, I've been talking about this so much lately, but the way I can't watch this fucking dinosaur documentary.
Wait, what?
There's this dinosaur show on Netflix, narrated beautifully by Morgan Freeman, of course. They start ticking back the time clock on Earth, and it's like Earth 300 million years ago. I could throw up.
Yeah.
The idea that Earth is 300 million years old, the idea that truly the fact that someday humanity writ large is not guaranteed, is not going to exist. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Okay, yeah.
And also, yeah, I mean, I was of course stoned, but I got really, really high the other night and was thinking about like, the way that we sit here and speculate about like what it was like on Earth 300 million years ago when like, I don't know, tadpoles ran the fucking world or whatever. People are going to
running around with their little legs.
Hello. And now they've got legs. What the fuck did that come from? What are you talking about?
Well, that's the thing that always gets me when they're like evolution. They're like, and then at one point, then they grew legs and they walked on the ground. And it's like, well, like overnight, like one guy, like what?
Not overnight,
what
over a million years.
Like, right? But there's like, what do you mean? Like,
how?
Like smaller legs that became bigger legs that could walk, or like over one day it's what legs? Like what?
I don't.
We don't know.
Was it born with legs? How did it develop the legs? I guess it reigned for a million years at one point.
Yeah. Like,
hey.
And I'm fully believe in evolution, so don't come for me. But I just am like, I want to see it. I want to see it.
I want to see it. Show me.
A lot of it's
guessing.
I want to see it get legs.
a lot of it's guessing. Like they'll be like, this dinosaur was 6 stories tall, and I'm like, you don't know that. You were not here. Sorry. They're like, we have the bones.
We didn't have stories back then. What are you talking
Baby,
about?
I'm not. Look, I'm not a denier. I believe in evolution, but I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, I want to know when they went from sea to land. That jump is just pretty seismic.
And I want to know how we got here. And I'm really, really worried about that. And I think, yeah, someday we're not even going to exist at all, and all of this will. It's just so you literally can't think about it day to day, because when I think, there are times that I'm about to respond to an email for some stupid thing I don't give a fuck about that someone needs to hear from me. Sorry, Michelle. Someone needs to hear from me about that. If I just for a second think like humanity won't exist someday, it unravels me for a week. I'm like, I can't. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm not responding to this email.
Haribo really needs to hear back about. Shut the fuck up! We're not going to exist. It's really tough.
You know what will though is a Haribo gummy. Those things are indestructible.
Yeah,
that thing will be. It'll be that and the cockroaches.
It'll be them
and the remnants of this podcast.
Yeah, the So True Dio.
The So True Dio.
True will live forever.
Well, obviously this is all. It's not. It's not radioactive. Any of that. I'm not sure what's the word I'm even looking for. Cut this out.
Cut it. Keep it. Quote.
Listen.
Fact check,
Keep it. Okay. Keep it. Fine. Listen. People should know I'm a human being too.
You're a human being. I say that all the time. Yeah, that stuff trips me out.
Okay.
That's when I get to God.
Okay.
Mostly.
Because I don't really so my girlfriend and I have talked about this a lot, because she was raised with no religion in the house. Her parents were both raised Catholic, but kind of like didn't care for that and didn't want to raise her that way. And then I was raised Catholic because my parents were afraid. And I feel like there are things about it that like, of course, are negative. There's like definitely like I deal with a lot of guilt and shame and all those things that Catholic people do. But I think I have like this like kind of, I don't know. I just believe everything's gonna be fine, and if this ends and nothing else is whatever. Like I don't know. I guess I just don't. It just like doesn't bother me that much. But my girlfriend, like because she wasn't raised with any religion, I think she just doesn't have like a roadmap or just like this thing in the back of her head that's like something is there and it will be okay, because she wasn't given that as like a child for framework for how to think about these things. So she is a lot more anxious about like death and afterlife and these types of things, whereas I'm just kind of like whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the day.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, I don't ever want the party to end, and other times I'm like, this has not been a party.
Yeah.
we can go whenever we need to.
No, totally. I mean, sometimes I'll have this thought of like, God, am I stuck in this perspective for the whole time?
Yeah.
I gotta have this outlook on life for the entirety of it. I really wish I could snap and be somebody else sometimes.
This has been my biggest source of depression throughout the years. I've really, the reason that loving myself was such a cure to my depression is that I really had to fall in love with the life I got. That I'm like, this is the perspective I get. I will always be from where I'm from. I can change my mind. I can learn new things. I can have new experiences, but I will always fundamentally be the son of the people I'm the son of, from the place I'm from. Yeah. That is just who I am.
Yeah.
And the thing that depressed me the most in my early 20s when I was like super depressed was I was just like, God, I'll never get to be all these other people. I'll never get to understand the world the way they do. And that really it still stresses me out.
Yeah.
I'll like meet someone and I'm like, God, you have such a cool, or even like I'm unable to understand the way that you view the world.
Yeah.
Even sometimes when I meet someone that I'm like, I fundamentally disagree with the way you view the world, but I would be fascinated to live as you for a little bit. I'm just get so like kind of sad that I can't be like I want to be. I want a chance to be everyone, and I just get to be me.
And I think the thing I'm also like responding to myself, to get back to what we were talking about earlier, is like this constant self-narrative or whatever this is that I'm doing, that I'm like thinking about and obsessing about. And it's like, oh, if I was in I would be doing the same fucking thing. I'd be doing the like little human thing of like, am I okay? And does everybody like me? And it's like, it'd be the same if I was anybody. It's like that part's not going anywhere. So like, I'd be running from the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and the real truth that, again, I can't spend too much like day-to-day time with, but is just that there is really, like, sorry, sue me, I'm a hippie or whatever, but there is no me, there is no you, there is no, like, there really is just, like, we're, like, I don't know, I'm just, like, there's just one big energy, and we're all playing out that energy in different ways.
Yes.
But, like, it's senseless to even worry about the self that way. And thinking about the self too much is so destructive to being, like, a productive and loving part of this whole project.
Yes.
When you get obsessed with the self. So I don't know. I go back and forth.
I know. It's tough, though. I'm so fascinated by it, though. And I'm just fascinated by, like, all of our relationships to the idea of the self. And to bring it back up to what I was saying earlier, like, with, like, social media and stuff like that, I'm so fascinated by people, the way that they, like, put themselves out there in all kinds of ways, and just, like, what that means for how they see themselves. And I don't know. I just find it such a fascinating relationship that we all have. Because to your point, it's like it doesn't exist. We're all just sort of making up this idea of the self myth and like what we are constructing of ourselves and like every day being like, this is real and this is a thing. But it's like it totally isn't. It's just like we're all
just a way to pass time.
Yeah, really, truly.
Yeah, the creation of self is just a way to pass time while we're here. It's like it's nice to be like my family, my house, my job, my life, my. It's like we're truly just killing time, and it's the most fun way to do it. I love it. I think it's the best. It's probably some sort of like evolutionary thing that like this is our brains decided this is the best way to spend this time.
Yeah,
is to just be like me and my things and how I did it here. And I'm like, okay, rock on. So then I need a new pair of Uggs really badly.
Yeah.
I need to be a consumer.
It's the same part of us that was like, I'm here, so don't let the lion eat me. And now it's like, I'm here, I should get some Uggs and a coffee.
I'm a guy who gets Uggs now.
I'm a guy who gets Uggs.
That's me for the next couple years.
Though.
You know, they're comfy.
I like the trim on those. That's really nice.
You know, they're really comfy. I put that trim on there myself.
Yeah, I
went down to the factory. I said, can I put trim on these?
They said, we only have kids working here, but sure, get in there.
Yeah, and they that was true. That was true.
He said, hey, get out of there.
I said, hey, go take a break. Take a smoke break.
Here's a candy cigarette. Get out there.
Yeah. No, I gave them a real cigarette. They're working, for God's sake.
Well, yeah, I mean, they deserve it more than we.
I know you're 7, but you're working. Go smoke this real cigarette.
Those little nimble fingers.
yeah. I didn't give him a real cigarette. I gave him tobacco and papers. Give a man a fish.
Yeah, exactly. Give a child some Lucy's, and now you're
teach
leaving
a child how to roll.
cigarettes.
Exactly correct. That's so fucking funny. Nico, what's so true to you?
So what's so true to me is we all need to be reading more books.
Whoa. What kind of books are you reading?
Right now I'm reading a book called Valencia that's a novel about a lesbian living in the 90s in San Francisco. It's total lesbian romp. It's very fun. My girlfriend read it and gave it to me, and I really enjoy it. But I just, I've been reading a lot more recently. I grew up reading. I read a lot as a kid. But I find that I'm really trying to take my attention span back, and I think that, like, phones have fucked us up so maybe irreparably, but like definitely in a direction. And so I'm trying to take back some of that like mental energy, and like I find that reading is one of the few things I can do that makes me actually sit somewhere and be like, I literally can't do anything else but hold this book and read these words. I find it very grounding. I think it actually like lowers my cortisol levels and like gets me more calm. And I also think too, like, I don't know, I just read so much stuff on the internet or the way people post, and I know like there's a vernacular to the internet, but I'm like, we are losing language so badly. People are speaking in this like new age internet speak that I just don't find very exciting, interesting, attractive, boundary pushing. Really, I find it's a lot of like sort of mimetic speech that's just like repeating other people's things, which is like what humans do. But anyway, I like to read, and I like to read things from different time periods and just like look at the words that they would have used. And I don't know, it feels like it's connecting to this like sort of human language that's, I don't know. Anyway, so for all those reasons, I think more people should be reading books.
I think so too. It really is obvious. Like I have been thinking a lot the last couple of years about how, like, even in the downfall of like the conservative movement and how bad it's gotten, that I'm like, conservatives used to be, even though hateful and I disagree with their worldview, smart. Like they used to like have like theoretical frameworks, and like they used to like write, like they would write really beautifully about their hatred at least. Yeah. And now that's completely devolved. Like, our dumb people used to be like, the least educated people used to at least like speak beautifully and like be able to like articulate thoughts a little more like easily, I guess. And now, I don't know, our dumb people just sound so dumb. And our smart people even sound kind of dumb, myself included. Yeah. I catch myself saying things, I'm like, for all intents and purposes, I should kind of be one of our smart people. I've like gone to school, I've read books. I'm like, people are listening to me talk, and I find myself saying things and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I don't mean like ideas, I mean the way I say them. I'm like, it's giving fascism. I'm like, why are you talking like that?
I know. It's like you say around enough gay people for a long time, and you're like, we all got to go back to school.
Now.
We got to go back
and
to
stop
school
hanging out.
Today.
Break up the gay guy friend groups. Break up specifically gay guy friend groups, but gay people in general, break it up.
It's giving go back to school.
It's giving go back to school.
Yeah. I totally, it's pretty wild. And it's like, to your point, it's like, like conservatives now, they're like, eating Tucker Carlson out of a trough, and it's like, you used to read a memoir about Andrew Jackson, you dumb fucks. Like, at least get back in there and read a 400-page book about the destruction of the universe. Yeah.
Used to be like, well, whereas the founders intended for marital relations to occur between a man and a woman, now it's like so disgusting. It's like, no boys in the locker room for the girls. It's like, Okay, we have lost our touch on this, bare minimum. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any
But
sense at all.
I'm like reaching for more activities in general that I can put my phone away and like not feel like I'm doing screen time or all that kind of stuff because I just think that that's rotting my brain, even though I'm trying actively not to let it.
It's so rotting our brains.
Yeah.
It really is the phones. There's no way around it.
There's no way.
We've gotten so used to the conveniences, the lies I tell myself, where I've got to stop. I have to get back to the dumb phone.
I know. Do you have like a dumb phone like app, or is it like a full other phone?
Here's the deal. I've recently learned that the reason I can't. Okay, so at one point I kept my smartphone and I got a dumb phone, separate dumb phone, different number. I was using the dumb phone. I've said it a lot on here. I was treated like a leper and a pariah. I was almost stoned in the streets by my loved ones. Everyone was trying to kill me.
Yeah, of course.
They were outside my house with pitchforks and Molotov cocktails. Okay, the dumb phone was not accepted by my community. I was cast out.
Green messages.
I was cast out.
Yeah.
They hated it. They were like, "Can I text you this picture?" I'm like, "You're gonna have to email it to me." Like, it was really, really tough for everyone involved.
Email they have on their phones.
Of course. You have it on your phone, just email it to me. I'll check it later on the computer.
You're like, I don't know, lightsaber it to me or whatever the fuck you guys still do. I'm off the grid.
Like that. And that's not me.
Yeah.
They didn't like that. So now I'm like, okay, I want to get a dumb phone again, and I want to just switch my SIM card back and forth. Like when there's days.
Sure.
Because like when I'm traveling, there are things I need. Like I do need to be able to order an Uber sometimes. I do, like that is the reality of my life.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of days where I can just be on the dumb phone. And if I could just put the SIM card with the same phone number in the dumb phone, everyone else can deal with the green text messages. They can call me. I'll be fine. I think I can get my community to embrace me while I have dumb phone.
Yeah.
But I have a fucking eSIM in my current iPhone. So I have to go, I have to make time to go to the phone store and go, I want an iPhone with a SIM card, and I want the SIM card to be able to, and then I want you to sell me a dumb phone, and I want to be able to move the SIM card back and forth, and I don't want to hear anything about it. But right now I have an eSIM. It's a whole thing.
I know I have an eSIM too.
And then, by the way, you go into these fucking phone stores and you ask them for help. I went into a phone store recently. I was murderous. I said, "Can I please do this?" They said, "Oh, we can't do that in the store. You have to do it online." Then why the fuck do we have a store?
Yeah, why is there a brick and mortar if I can't get everything damn done here?
This has...
In New York City, of all places. Nothing makes me
gotten on my end.
Nothing makes me angrier than when I can't get something done in person in New York. It's like, why do I live here?
Why do I live in New York? I have to call someone? Why the fuck are you here? What do you do?
I walked by a pizza store the other day. A pizza place in my neighborhood the other day.
It was Venture Capital.
Probably. Wednesday at 8:50, they're shutting down shop already.
They can't be.
I looked around. I was like, am I in Vermont?
I'm in Toledo.
Like, what the fuck? This is New York City.
Nico, can I say something? Nobody wants to work anymore.
I mean, I'll say it. It might have been a queer-run business. I'll say that.
Hello.
I'll say that.
What do you have, sober bingo to get to? Keep the pizza shop open.
Well, you got to get the polycule on the tandem bike to get over to sober bingo. Give me a
disgusting.
break.
Stop it.
Give me a break. Make me another slice.
Stop
I couldn't believe it.
You're doing mocktails at Pottery? Open the pizza shop.
It's terrible. I'm also trying to get on a dumb phone vibe though. That's my goal as well.
To do it together.
To get off
if enough
the
of
phone.
us powerful in the community kind of came together and did dumb phone, we might be able to make a real change.
I think so. Because I'm trying to get like a little flip phone or something. I think we should have stopped with the BlackBerry. That's my hot take on it.
Nico, I've been saying this.
I think that's the perfect. I think it's the bell curve because it's like
that was it.
It was the best version.
That was it. We did it with the BlackBerry. Why did we keep going?
I know.
I want to go back in time and tell everyone you don't know how good you have it. Stop now.
Yes, that's the most you're gonna want.
Turn back.
You got email. You got internet. You got maps if we need it.
You got the little rolly ball. Fun.
Not a screen that made you want to look at it all day.
No, you felt like a cool business person.
Yeah.
I remember when I got a BlackBerry when I was like, I don't know, like 13, 14 or something, and I felt like I was a publicist.
Go for Caleb.
I was like, go for Caleb. It's Caleb here. You've got Caleb. Oh, no.
Oh, you need Caleb? Just a second. Hey, it's Caleb.
Hey, it's Caleb. 10 million or I don't get out of bed. Goodbye. That was me with my BlackBerry.
Like you didn't hang it up at all.
It was awesome. I just slam it down.
You could slam it down and it wouldn't do anything because it was indestructible.
It didn't matter because it was made out of titanium, I think.
Yeah.
God. You want to play a game?
Let's do it.
Okay. Nico, I'm going to read you 15 statements. You're going to tell me as quickly as you can if what I just said was true or false. Brother, if you get 10 or more correct, we're going to give you $50 US. You ready?
This is the highest paying podcast in the world.
It actually is. Denver is 1 mile above sea level.
True.
True. Hot Wheels came out in 1968.
False.
True. Dell Computers is older than Apple Computers.
False.
False. Otters hold hands when they sleep.
True.
True. Savannah, Georgia's nickname is the hostess city of the South.
Sure is true.
True. Napoleon Bonaparte was born in Paris.
False.
False. Corsica. The currency of Japan is the yen.
True.
True. There were 3 theatrically released Jimmy Neutron movies.
True.
False, just one. There is zero gravity on the moon.
True.
False. Wake Forest University's newspaper is old, gold, and black.
True.
True. Penguins live at the North Pole.
False.
False. Only the South Pole. Light travels faster than sound.
True.
True. The Berlin Wall was torn down in 1989.
False.
True. Australia is the smallest continent.
True.
True. The first FIFA World Cup took place in 1908.
False.
False. 1930. How'd he do?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I appreciate the tailored questions. Thank
Dude, you were
I'm glad I
locked
got them
in.
Right, I was ready.
That was Chance. Even though he didn't show up today, he did still think of you.
All right. Well, you know, he got some surface level questions about my hometown. That's
Yeah,
fine.
whatever.
I'll
Yeah,
get
you're
some.
taking it back. You're like,
Yeah,
actually, I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
care
Whatever.
anymore.
It's like,
Now
yeah,
that you found out
obviously it's the
Chance.
host of the city. Yeah, ask me the zip code next time. Jesus Christ.
You were so excited when you thought it was Michelle. You found out it was Chance. You're like, whatever. It was the fucking.
Damn, yeah.
This is stupid.
Yeah.
Nico, thanks so much for being on, bro.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell
Yeah,
people
this
where
is
they
really
can find
fun.
you, please.
Yeah, you can find me. I'm on Instagram at Nico Carney. I'm also on Substack, which is where I prefer. So check me out there. Do you know when this is coming out?
I don't. I bet we know. But say whatever you need to say. And we'll
Anyway,
come.
I'm on tour, so check me out on tour. Tickets at nicocarney.com, and I have a movie coming out in June called She's the He. Check that out. Really funny trans coming of age high school movie. So check that out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.